Good for you.
I'll catch up. It's 7. It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming to the Merrimack Parks and Recreation Committee meeting of June 19th, 2019. There she is. And it is just 7 o'clock, and my name is Laura Janes, and I am chairman at the time. And to my right, I'll have Christine introduce herself.
Christine Lavoie, Vice Chair.
Maureen Hall, Senior Representative.
Abigail Cody, Student Representative.
Corey Davenport, member.
Tracy McGraw, member.
And to my left, we have another member.
Hillary Baird, member.
Michelle Creswell, Member and Secretary.
Lloyd Woods, Town Council Rep.
And Matt Kasparis, Director of Parks and Recreation.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. Mr. Woods, it's good to know how to use this, isn't it? Thank you. Okay, so first we will, if you've had a chance to look at the minutes from May 15th, they are before you. And as soon as you had a minute to look at them, I'll take a motion to approve. Thank you again, Michelle, for the timeliness. She's so fast.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the May 15th meeting.
Do I have a second? Thank you, Maureen. And all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Correct. Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much. So we're going into new business, and we're here to welcome Michael Clark from Troop 424. Hi, Michael, how are you? And would you like to come forward and present your dog park information kiosk? Thank you for coming. That 424 is amazing.
Nope. Nope.
Hello? Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
there
Okay.
you go, good. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. Good evening. I'm here tonight, as was already mentioned, to present my proposal for my Eagle project, a informational kiosk at the dog park at Wasserman. Oh, give him a second to get that up.
Technical difficulties. There we go.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you, Justin.
So as I was saying, my proposal for my Eagle project, an informational kiosk at the dog park at Wasserman. Now I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about myself, my motivations to do this project for the dog park, the design that I've come up with for the kiosk, my proposed location for it, how much I think it's going to cost, when I'm planning on being done. And I've set aside some time at the end for questions, but if you need to ask anything, feel free to interject at any time.
Thank you.
So, once again, my name is Michael Clark. I'm a junior at Merrimack High School. I am a leader on the MHS First Robotics Team 166. I am a bass clarinetist and officer in the MHS Marching Band. I'm a varsity member of the Science Olympiad team, and I've been active in Troop 424 since I joined in 5th grade. Now, currently, I'm a Star Scout, finishing up my last requirements for life. So, by beginning my Eagle approvals now and getting the ball rolling, I'll be well prepared to hit the ground running as soon as I get life and move on to my next approvals. My advisor is Mr. Eric Faust. Unfortunately, he is away on business. Tonight with me I have Mr. Vadney. He was actually the Eagle advisor for Daniel Figueroa, who built the existing sign that is already there. Now, my motivation for this project, as I'm sure you've already noticed, I'm a dog person. This is Una. She is my 2-year-old German Shepherd.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, the Parks and Rec needed and wanted a platform to post messages for the dog park visitors. This needed to be secure and lockable. It needed to be weather resistant at all times during the year, and it needed to be visible to all dog park visitors. Now, the design that I came up with, being fluent with SolidWorks for my last year on the robotics team, I was able to make a full 3D model of the proposed kiosk.
Nice.
Coming in with an overall dimensions of 8.5 feet tall by 6.5 feet wide. It matches the aesthetic of the existing sign built by Daniel Figueroa. It has a 36.5 inch by 61 inch acrylic window with plenty of space to post. It has a hinged rear access door that's completely lockable, and the posting surface is a foam and cork board laminate. Now, it's weather resistant at all times through the year, built with pressure treated wood and painted to withstand the elements. The supporting posts are cemented 3.5 feet below grade, and the dog park sign at the top identifies it as the informational kiosk and matches the already existing sign.
Great.
Now, as you can see, I have an aerial view up here of where the existing dog park sign is and where my proposed dog park sign would be. As you all know, to the right of the dog park is the sponsor board, and to the left is where my informational kiosk would be. I have a mock-up done with Photoshop of the 3D model, just kind of slapped into that space. The boulders in the way would be moved closer to the dumpster to accommodate for a kind of a curve and allow the plows to get in there safely, giving the kiosk some room. Now, I took my 3D model and went down to Home Depot, split it out into a bill of materials, and got my rough estimated cost, which came in right around $650. Adding a 20% contingency, which would account for food and any extra odds and ends, I came up with about $775 total. Now, my current rolling schedule, as it stands, pending the approval of you all tonight, I would move into July, hopefully, to seek the town council's approval. Next into August to get my troop committee's approval, and between that time of August and September, I will have finished up all my requirements for Life Scout, allowing me to seek out the District Eagle Board for their approval. Finally moving us into November to December, during which time I'll begin my fundraising with bake sales and other such activities. Finally into January and March, when I begin constructing the kiosk for going up as soon as the ground is thawed out between April and May of 2020.
Nice.
Questions?
Do you do other jobs on the side? You're very eloquent in your speaking. You did a nice job. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think you covered it all.
Oh, I met with him earlier. He did a fantastic job after the discussion.
Yes,
so
Tracy?
Nice job.
I
Question?
just wanted to mention, I met you also at the dog
Yes.
park that day that you went out there, and I wanted to thank you for doing this for the dog park, for the people at the dog park, for the pups themselves. It's nice to be able to have something there that everyone's going to be able to refer to for the good, the bad, and the ugly that we have to let people know about as to what's going on. And I'm just glad that you're taking the time to do that for the dog park. It's so easy to do things around town and everything, and the dog park is kind of off to the side, so thank you very much for that. And it's an amazing setup that you're creating, so I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you all for this opportunity.
Yeah.
It's great.
No.
The design came out very well. Nice
Thank you.
job.
And it is a process, but you've got it fairly outlined in your own mind.
Thank you.
And thanks to Mr.
Yeah.
Faust, he's
He's
Something.
yes, a very good legal advisor.
Yeah.
Maureen?
You're going to put a sign lower so the dogs can read it as they come in?
I hadn't considered that, but that may be a possibility.
People don't read. Dogs will.
Well, it's wonderful. You're certainly a busy young man, and I appreciate you coming here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other thoughts, questions? A motion?
I'd like to make a motion to accept this particular project for the dog park.
Thank you.
I'll take a second.
Yes, please, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, we have a second and a motion and a second, and all those in favor? Aye.
Hold them high.
Correct.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, perfect.
Great. All
Where-
right, so I will, and actually, if you can email me that presentation.
Of course.
Yeah, that
I
would
will
be nice.
talk to the town council's office tomorrow. They have a meeting next week, but I'm not sure what their agenda looks like. But if not, we'll look at the July, whatever the July date is. But I'll talk to them in the morning and then get back to you with what their options are.
Awesome. Okay.
So-
Thank you very much.
Nice job, Michael, I want to say, but you may want to add on your slide where you're showing your, where it's going to be, either enlarge the overview one, or do a front view where you see the sponsor sign, you'll see where your sign's going to go. It's come up before when the town council members who aren't as familiar with that area ask kind of more specific questions, so if you have that, you could add now. It would just save you a few questions later on.
Gotcha.
Okay? Perfect. Nice
Very-
job.
Very nicely done,
you all.
thank you. Never know when there's an opening on this committee, so. And we have a great committee right now, so thank you for coming. Yep, have a good summer. Excellent.
Thank you, Justin. Helps to be tall.
Yeah, well.
It's a long finger.
Okay, next agenda item, excuse me, annual election of officers.
So what I would suggest is.
Thank you,
take-
Matthew.
What I'd suggest is we'll start with chair, and we're looking for nominations for chair for the next year.
Okay. Thank you, Matt, for your guidance, because that's what keeps us all going.
Exactly. I nominate Laura for chair. You're doing a fantastic
Well-
job, and I hope you consider staying on.
It is, my term is up, but I would like to stay on, and it's mostly because of Matt. All these
Making it
projects,
easy.
all these
Yep.
projects that are coming and moving along, especially the waterfront, in my mind, I like to see these things happening, and it does show that we all have input. And that's the only way, and if Chris Christensen was here, but I appreciate your support, and if you nominate me, then I get to nominate you, because we both had to
We both do.
re-sign up.
Absolutely.
Re-sign up, and
Unless
Michelle will
somebody else
talk
wants
about
to
later.
step up.
But certainly other members are welcome to,
Mm-hmm.
no discussion. It's my year to be lead. It's my,
How about Michelle?
I believe she has another year on the committee, and then,
Oh, that means you'd have to be secretary.
Oh, I can't do that.
well, Shannon will clear the way for us. We're just on election of officers. Would you like to be chair? No. Have a chair instead. I've been nominated as chairman. I am planning to renew my 3 years position
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
on, on the committee. And Christine is also up, and I would nominate her for vice chair.
I love that idea, too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Tracy, do you want any?
No, I was just gonna say, do we second now?
Well,
You sure you don't want to?
Yeah, yeah, no.
okay.
I'm good.
So we'll go back to my nomination. Is there anybody?
I would second Laura's nomination.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll, oh,
We
is
already
Laura-
have a first and a second for Laura.
Okay.
Christine nominated Laura, Maureen seconded the motion for chair.
Thank
Laura
you.
nominated Christine. I need a second for Christine.
Sure, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Whatever you like.
Now we're on track. I'll just write it the way I think it should
And
be.
what about secretary? Do you mind staying as secretary? I would like to nominate you again.
Second.
Third, we
Wow,
get
it's just
Robert's
about.
rules.
Thanks.
Do we need a third? I'll give you a
All
third.
right, does anyone
Do-
want,
Did we have did we have a second for Michelle? Oh,
Janet,
good. There you-
that's
Oh,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Before-
You
Good.
got a third and
Okay.
a fourth.
Okay.
You're doing a fantastic job.
Is there anything I've forgotten? There's no treasurer, right?
No.
Okay.
Is-
So, so we have Laura nominated as chair, Christine as vice, and Michelle as secretary. All those in favor of voting for all three, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, abstaining. All right. Thank you very much, ladies. We'll keep the course. Keep the course. All right.
Just like your carrot cake.
Actually, I'm ready to join your club. Okay, Matt, we're off to old business.
All right.
Thank you for everything you do, Matthew.
I'm going to try and keep it brief because it's been a long week. But first up, the Girl Scout Troop 10762, who hadn't come before us a couple of months ago. They finished their hopscotch court for Watson Park. If you go over to the park, if you know the older trellis that's kind of heading towards the river, it's kind of in front of that. So I
Done.
did print out a picture of that, which I will
Okay.
pass around.
Thanks, yeah.
So you can see it, but it's nice and colorful. And as we start to add kind of more passive things to Watson Park, it's
Nice.
a nice compliment to it.
I did see that on Facebook. It looked fantastic.
Yeah, it's a good group.
That's all I got there.
Thank you. Christine, do you want to do an update for the park,
Um,
dog park?
Sure, we got our load of mulch in, we're working on spreading that. Our current balance is, I don't have my glasses on, so I think it's 2,800.
896 and 59 cents.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so we're doing really good. I think we're looking at, and Matt's been helping us with possibly looking at a water line. We were looking at a few grants, and the ones we were looking at for this year are not being offered, so we'll have to reapply for next year, so we're on the look for that.
Good.
And I think that's it. Tracy, did I miss anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. DPW was gracious enough to drop off some dirt for us, and also some of the
Mulch.
town mulch, so that we can put
Yes.
it on the outside and beautify the area a little bit and fill in some holes and make the area look a lot nicer. So we greatly appreciate that. And also, either Parks and Recs or DPW came out to the outside of the dog park and trimmed down the forest of weeds.
That's
So
fantastic.
thank you for that.
Thank you. Yes.
We did some of the inside, but the outside was getting pretty rough.
That
So
was awesome.
greatly appreciate that.
No pun, right? Rough.
Oh yeah, no pun at all. It was really rough.
Okay, so I think that's where we stand right now. No fundraisers, because it's summer and everybody's too busy with the fun stuff.
Absolutely. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you have a float in the parade?
We do not, no. It's usually too hot for the pups.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. Mr. Director.
Okay, camp is about to open on Monday. So we started our first day of staff training this morning, bright and early, and we're looking really good. We're basically sold out for the summer in all our camp programs. We've already surpassed last year's grand total by about 60 or 70 registrations. So it's probably the highest total it's been in 10 or more years. So certainly the highest in my tenure here, which is nice. We have a few random spaces. It's like a second grader in this week and a fourth grader in this week, and that kind of stuff. So we finally filled our last, I'm going to knock on wood because it could change, but we finally filled our last staff position this afternoon. So that was glad.
Close.
We were getting a little anxious with that, but yeah, camp opens Monday, so we're kind of buttoning up the park and trying to get last minute things ready and get staff trained and ready to go. So we're good there. And yeah, so that's summer camp. Our concert series, as you probably saw when you came in tonight, started tonight. Our first concert of the year is always a partnership with the library. They actually sponsor this first concert, so it's a children's concert. And I guess there was about 250 people out there when I came up at 6:45. But we are there every Wednesday night from 6 to 8 from now through August 21st. Next week, we have actually a talented group of high school students. Crescendo's Gate will be on stage with us, so we hope to get a good turnout for them. Moving on to 4th of July is 2 weeks away, which is a little scary, but we're plugging away. It's 6 months before the New Hampshire primary, so we're expecting a large crowd this year, both in floats and in attendees and those types of things. Right now we've got something like, we're in the 50s for number of groups, and most years we're at about 50, and I'm guessing we're going to be 70 or 80 by the time it's all said and done. Wow. We do have most of the presidential campaigns represented and attending, so that'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. It always is. So in 2 weeks, 2 weeks from tonight is our July 3rd concert at Abbey Griffin Park, which is the one with the Concert Association. They sell root beer floats, usually very well-attended event, 200, 300, 400 people, with patriotic music from the Concert Association. On Thursday, we have the parade. Well, Thursday is a full day of activities. We have the 5K race that starts and ends at the Y, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning. We have the pancake breakfast that Rotary runs from 8 to 11. The parade kicks off at 1 as always. The Family Fun Day run by the Rotary Club is going to be up in front of the high school this year instead of in front of the elementary school on the field as it's been the last few years. So they've moved everything up to the high school, which will be nice because then all the food in there is there for the fireworks at night, which is dusk, so 9 o'clock-ish. And then on Friday, if we weren't busy enough, is our first free movie night in the park, Friday, July 5th. It's sponsored by the Lions Club of Merrimack. They're going to be doing games and giving away hot dogs from kind of 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Then the movie will start at dusk, which is going to be about 8:30. We're showing Wreck-It Ralph 2, so Ralph Breaks the Internet. Again, free event, fun times to be had by all. Our second movie of the summer, which I mentioned last time, is Sunday, July 21st. We're showing Mary Poppins Returns. We picked a Sunday because it's National Ice Cream Day, so the plan is to give away ice cream.
Nice.
We're still working on the final details of that and hopefully finding a sponsor, but it's in the works. But that'll be dusk for that event is about 8:15. And then the third one is going to be Tuesday, August 6th, which is the partner event with the police department for National Night Out. This year, that event is going to be down at the American Legion Field, just up the street from the police station. There will be we're still working out, we're just starting to work on the logistics of that event. Usually it's kind of 6 to 8 is games, activities, food, wide range of things. And then again, the movie will start at dusk, which is about 8 o'clock. And again, usually a very well-attended event. And that is all that I have.
Just a quick question. Where is the Wreck-It Ralph? Is that at
That'll be
Ralston
here
and-
at Abbey Griffin.
Oh, and what about Mary Poppins?
That'll also be at Abbey Griffin.
Thank you. Perfect.
Yes.
Keep it nice and central. Great. Absolutely. You're a busy man. And on to Maureen. Geez, you're good at
It's
this.
too fast. Could
Well-
have dragged it out a little bit, Nat. Okay. There's a whole group of senior citizens that are on the bus, probably getting off right now. They went to see the Redneck Tenors.
Oh, good.
Yeah, sure, they had a ball. We have sign-ups already for Interlake Summer Theater, Saturday Night Fever, and lunch at the Bob House, and we only have, I think, 4 seats open for that. Then on Tuesday, the 16th, it's Michael Miner. He's a ventriloquist and singer and comedian, and that's a traditional Maine lobster bake. That's at Foster's Clam Bake. That's excellent, and we've already had sign-ups for that. And we have many more things coming. I think we're going to take a trip to Winnipesaukee on that cruise ship or cruise ship,
Mount Washington.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
the Mount Washington.
Yeah, that
Sure.
one, the one that
Yeah.
goes back and
That'd be
forth,
nice.
you know.
Oh.
Nah, you'll be
That's it.
No,
fine.
not up and down.
Tomorrow, just a plug for the church, Lady of Mercy is having hot dogs on sale
I saw
tomorrow
that,
for
yeah.
muscular dystrophy.
Okay.
Money's going-
Alzheimer's. It's
Huh?
Alzheimer's.
Why did I say muscular?
Muscular dystrophy. No,
Thanks,
it's
thanks,
Alzheimer's.
Thanks
Yep.
for the correction. I stand to be corrected by a teacher.
Well, we
And
wouldn't
it's,
want you to
Layperson.
I
forget.
guess it's $5.
Yeah, they're doing hot dogs, chips, sodas.
And sodas, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my friends are working there. Sorry, I was corrected. Someone told me that, and I said, okay. But
It's
that's
okay.
all right. Erase MD.
Great.
It's for a good cause.
And thank you, Maureen. You're always perky here. And Rick's not here.
But I do actually have announcements from
I'm
Rick.
sure you do. Thank you.
So Rick apologized for not being here. He says that, let's see, spring sports, soccer, baseball, softball, and lacrosse have finished their regular seasons, and travel tournament play has begun. New members Mike Gagnon and Jonathan Barkley were elected as our secretary and member at large respectively. And more information about MYA can be found at merrimacyouth.org.
Perfect. Very much.
Thank you. Secretary?
They got a secretary.
They got a secretary.
Yay. Michelle, you're off the
Michelle.
hook.
And Mr. Woods, welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm not sure I will,
It's okay.
let me give you a quick update. On June 13th, the council reviewed Mac Townsend's project regarding wall ball and pickleball court at Wasserman.
Oh, good.
They afforded Max encouragement and much support to go forward, gave him some tips on some people and organizations he might contact to make sure the construction is what we would hope it would be in the final analysis.
Great.
June 13th, the council had a retreat. We reviewed Matt's information submitted for that. Laura mentioned the Wasserman waterfront. That was very much part of the discussion, as well as several of the projects at Wasserman, some very much quickly needed roof repairing and so on. Indications were that the action would be forthcoming at future council meetings, so
Thank you. Yeah,
that's where we are to date.
perfect. Just
Super.
keep
Thank
setting
you.
those goals, and
Thank you for
Thank
the
you.
opportunity.
thank you, Lon. Thanks for being here. Hi there.
Hi. So
Mrs.
it's on to
Bar-
me?
and Mrs. Barnes is here, the busy girl.
Yes. So
Thank
sorry I'm
you for
late,
coming.
but that seems to be my jam. So, so a couple of things for the school board. So obviously school is out for the summer. Yay. I'm sure you'd like to say yay even louder than I would. My house won't be the same until September 2nd, so it's going to be tough. So a couple things. We have our district parent group has a new subcommittee, which is about doing kindness initiatives throughout the school district. So they said that they would definitely be looking to reach out to the MYA and Parks and Rec to see where they can, just again, start at a very young age doing positive impact in the community. So you may be getting a reach out from a subcommittee of the district parent group that's focused on a kindness initiative.
That's great.
So,
Great idea.
And that's being spearheaded by, from the board member Brandy Nunez.
Perfect.
So she is leading the charge on that. And as you may have heard, hopefully you didn't watch the board meeting on Monday because I got a little choked up because I'm not good at that. So Marge Shaffrey had her last board meeting. She is retiring at the end of the month. So starting July 1st, the superintendent will be Dr. Mark McLaughlin, who has been with the district for 10 years as assistant superintendent of curriculum. Our assistant superintendent is John Fabrizio, who spent probably 9 years as our director of student services. And so, of course, when you talk about special education needs and even, doing inclusive classroom initiatives, that's what his specialty is. And with his backfill, we have Heather Barker, who is the new director of student services. She was an assistant principal out of Concord. And when you think about the Parks and Rec department and all the impact they have in the community, I think that you might find, some collaboration with the new leadership team. So the good news is with all the moves, and we did actually have a Thornton's Ferry retirement as well this year. She actually moved to a new position as the state. She's the New Hampshire School Principals Association director now. So we have a new principal at Thornton's, so the neighbor down the street to Wasserman. So with all of that, we actually have all 19 administrator positions filled, which was
That's awesome.
quite the task between February and now. So just in time.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank
But
you.
I'm noticing, thank you, on the agenda, we don't have our student rep listed. No, it doesn't matter. I know she's here. Hi, Abby. Thank you for coming. Just a little glitch.
Finals happened, so the school's out. Everyone's
was
very
enough.
happy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna do summer projects all summer. Yeah, that's about it. And swim
And it
in
looked like
morning
they had a
school.
beautiful day for graduation.
Yes, graduation was great.
Yeah.
The valedictorian and salutatorian gave wonderful speeches.
Absolutely. Good.
Fantastic.
And both headed to Ivy League schools. One's at Harvard and one's at Dartmouth.
That's
So-
amazing.
Oh, wonderful. Yes.
Yeah,
Great.
both are
Thank you
band
very
kids.
much.
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
They're not bad, they're on the band.
Exactly.
So, seeing no public, is there any comments from the committee? Because of, yes, Miss Tracy.
So I'm gonna do something a little bit different tonight, if it's okay.
Sure,
As you can see, I'm wearing a shirt here for Relay for Life.
Awesome.
The Greater Nashua Relay for Life takes place this coming Saturday. It encompasses Hudson, east of the Merrimack River, Merrimack, Amherst, all towns south to the border with Massachusetts, and all towns over to Peterborough. So that's why
Wow.
it's Greater Nashua. That was the best way that they could call it and incorporate everybody.
Sure.
We are part of the American Cancer Society. We fundraise for research. We help support grants that go towards places like Dana-Farber and other places for cancer research. We also have local community things that we do, helping people get to their treatment, also helping pay for a place down in the Boston Hospital area. It's called Hope Lodge. So if you live far enough away from where your treatment needs to take place and you need to stay in a place like that, it's kind of like the adult cancer version of Ronald McDonald House, I guess you could say.
Nice, nice.
But that's a Hope Lodge there, so we make sure that people have a place to stay that's safe, but also close to their doctors. But it's a community event. It's from 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday until 11 o'clock at night on Saturday.
Wow.
Opening ceremony started at 11 o'clock. We have been honored again to have the Nashua Police Department come and do their colors. We asked Nashua to do it because it is their town that this takes place in. It is at Nashua North High School. Emphasis on North because some people tend to go to South because they see it right off of Everett Turnpike.
Right.
North is off of exit 6. We do there's a lot of different activities that are going on during the day. We have a DJ all day long, which I'm sure thrills everyone who lives in that general area because it's blasted to the point where you can hear it in Hudson. But something that's very special is at 9 o'clock at night, we do something called a luminaria ceremony.
Oh.
And not everybody knows what we do for Relay, but this is something I think a lot of people have heard about. And if you remember when you were a kid and you had to take those brown paper bags with you to school and that was carrying your lunch, well, these are white bags. And you can write names on them. You can put pictures on them. You can write sayings on them. You can color them in. You can do whatever you want with them. We sell the bags, obviously, as part of fundraising. But we line them around the track. And if you could imagine the size of the track that's at the high school, these bags are lined on the outside of the walking part of the track. We put glow sticks in them. And at 9 o'clock, the lights go out. And it is amazing. I don't even, there's no words because I'm going to end up breaking down. Okay. It is amazing. We have a slideshow with pictures of survivors, caregivers, and angels. And we do a little bit of talking, and I do a lot of swallowing the lump in my throat while I'm talking. But we have that, and with any luck, if anyone out there knows of anyone, we are trying to find a bagpiper. We had a bagpiper last year, and he's unable to come this year. But he's wonderful, and he will come with us next year. And they play like Amazing Grace as we're walking around the track through this. So there's a lot of things that go with it, but the bottom line here is community, and it's togetherness that we can fight this together, and no one is alone in fighting this horrible disease. So I just wanted to put in a plug. Please come join us, open to the public, bring everybody you want, and Kona Ice and Hayward's is going to be there too, so lots of sugar.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
And where can people find more information on Facebook or website?
There
or?
is a Facebook, it's Relay for Life of Greater Nashua or Greater Nashua Relay for Life.
Okay, thank you.
Or they can look me up, and because I'm the contact anyway.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, thank you for your efforts in that.
Thank
That's
you.
a good time to
That's a great,
offer that up.
it's definitely a great cause. I know.
And here comes July, and there's no meeting.
Right?
So we'll see you on Wednesday, August
21st.
21st. Before,
Oh.
yeah. Uh-oh.
So I'm just letting everybody know, my term is up, and unfortunately, I couldn't find an apartment in Merrimack. So I am moving to Derry, and I will be relinquishing my seat. So if anyone's interested in joining this wonderful committee and all the things that we do, there'll be an open seat, and I really recommend that you join it. Help
we're
the
gonna miss
community do
you.
good work.
We can miss
Well,
you.
Or if
Thank you,
anyone
guys.
has an open apartment that they would like to.
That's right.
Yeah, we're still looking, we're still looking.
Wait another month, there's a million of them.
Can you just keep an alternate for a year until his lease is up and they can come back, right?
There you go.
Well, I
Well,
want to
you
thank all you
came with a
guys
lot of-
for all that you guys do. And I know, I mean, being here firsthand, I know how much Matt does and the rest of the committee, and I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity. And I'll try and stay in touch. Make sure you guys keep doing
Please
the good
do.
work.
Absolutely.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You've been a smart young man and with a lot of background knowledge of this, so I hope you stay that with it somewhere else. And-
We'll be your home away from home.
Wow.
We're done.
I know.
Matt wants to get down to the.
I know what he wants to do. I want to go see Toe Jam
Okay.
puppets.
So, do you need a motion to adjourn then? I
Yes,
will make
please.
one if you'd like.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Wow, that
All
was
those in favor,
fast.
7:35. Aye, aye,
That might be
aye.
the record.
Yes, I think so.
Well, there are a lot of things. Actually, it's